Hello and welcome back to another Devil Inside behind the scenes video, and in today's video we're going to be basically discussing a couple of things about the series and mainly how much money I made on the Devil Inside series. And yeah, this is going to be quite an interesting topic. Also it allows me to sort of delve deeply into my YouTube analytics and really look into breaking down all of the costs of this Devil Inside series and what specific things have costed me, and I think you'll be quite surprised with this whole series, and a couple of things will probably surprise you a little bit with this whole series itself, and considering it's run over 7 years. But before we get into this video, please hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers as quickly as possible on this YouTube channel, and I'd massively appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. So yeah, this is probably one of the big episodes of the Devil Inside behind the scenes, because we're going over finances, financial stuff. And a couple of the biggest questions that I can imagine people would think on a 7-year series is, well, how much did it take to cost? How much costs, how much would it cost to make a series like this? And to be completely fair with you, it could cost a hell of a lot of money. I mean, it's a series over 7 years, but luckily for us and this channel, it really hasn't cost that much. Now, don't get me wrong, it definitely cost hundreds definitely to create this series, but you've also got to bear in mind that, it's been told over 7 years, so a few £100 for a 7-year series, I don't think that's bad at all, really. I mean, this series is so long running in itself and makes up a lot of the content which is on my YouTube channel as well, which is another really good thing about this whole series. And when I was actually making this series, I kind of enjoyed these videos because a lot of my other content does cost a lot of money, and I do make essentially losses on some of my videos, but the Devil Inside really did help to fund a few of them videos and help fund a couple of videos that were more expensive on this channel, so that it would really even itself out over the whole sort of playing field, I suppose you could say. So a lot of the videos on the Devil Inside really, a lot of them I didn't spend a penny on to make, and some of them I spent a bit more on to make, but we're going to break that down a little bit throughout this. So the first part of the Devil Inside series, including the Devil Inside documentary, was completely free to make, and a lot of them videos were completely free to make. You had the odd prop and the odd t-shirt and things like that, so you had like the Juggies t-shirt and stuff. Obviously they cost some money to make, and at that time I wasn't making any money off this YouTube channel. I was literally zero. This whole channel was demonetized back then because I hadn't gotten enough subscribers and views. Well, I think I had the subscribers, but I didn't have the views. One of the two things back then. But yeah, I didn't meet the the requirements, that you needed to activate monetization on the channel. That obviously did come in, and since then I'd definitely like to say that all of the videos then were definitely covered. I mean, we had a lot of different videos. We had things like the devil's eggs. Obviously the eggs had to be paid for the video, the chocolate eggs, which we had to get paid for the video. We also had props and stuff like that, like a gun, a couple of gun props which I had to purchase, but I also purchased them for the My Virtual Escape series back in the day. So yeah, and there was also other things like costumes and bits and pieces, like There's a t-shirt that I bought as well for that series. I also bought some Juggy merch for that series as well, and some fake blood for some bits and pieces in that series. I also did buy different props like the gems. They were all bought for that series as well. So a lot of different things, but the gems definitely weren't expensive props. They definitely, like the fake blood, the gems probably would have all cost a couple of pound each here and there, but it all does add up over time. But thankfully, when I did get my channel monetized, I was able to start raking some more money in, and a lot of these videos that I was making, the Devil Inside videos and pieces and vlogs for this series, a lot of them were free to make at that time, because I really had a push on the whole narrative side of things, and we just came off the back of like the whole rise and fall of the Mirror Man kind of thing, and that just kind of phased out at the end. And then we started getting into the holiday vlog. That was like a big thing. And then we returned to the Devil Inside after my virtual escape ended, and we returned with a lot more vlog content. And when my whole channel was monetized, I was doing a lot of vlogs, a lot of pranks, a lot of that kind of content. And for most of the content, it was completely free. Take, for example, one of my biggest prank videos on this channel currently, the heart attack prank. That video was completely free to make, and I made profit on that video 100%. Like, I made a good amount of profit. Like, it's got like over 10,000 views, so I was making some good profit on that video, and that definitely, along with loads of other videos, like I don't even know at this point, there's got to be over 100 vlogs in this series, and each one of them were monetized, and then it eventually got to a point in the series where I was able to look back and say, okay, this series is completely self-funded by this channel, which I was very happy and proud to say that the series funded itself. From that point, the whole backlog of videos was funded, and it was about 5 years old at that point, so 5 years worth of vlogs and content and cinematic videos were all funded completely by making the videos, and essentially, and that's something that I say I'm pretty proud of as well. So we were able to sort of get a couple of cool things for the ending of this series. As the series went on, I just kept on going, and I wanted to build up a little bit of a budget so that we could finish this series on a high. And I was able to do that as well. We bought some necklaces as well. We bought the Devil's Necklace, we bought the green extra necklaces as well. Both of them were featured, all of them paid for by this channel, and I've got to say, first of all, I'm massively grateful for everybody who has watched the series. At this point, over 100,000 views, which the series has gotten, and yeah, I'm just super happy and grateful that essentially we were able to fund this whole thing, like, by ourselves, and eventually it did lead to the point where we'd be able to do things like we bought prop money for some of the last videos in the series, and that cost, like, that was a big one. That was like £60 worth of prop money, and that was completely, again, funded by the content. So I'd probably say that The Devil Inside broke even. Yeah, I'd say it either broke even or made a little bit, and it definitely didn't lose anything, because realistically, I think I've funded this entire series, all 7 years worth of videos, off of the channel, and it's just mainly down to the whole point that the vlogs and things, we'd do vlogs where we'd go down to the woods, and we'd film some stuff in the woods, and we'd do multiple parts of that thing, and it would make up a bigger story over a load of vlogs, like the house hunting vlogs. They completely free to make. The cameraman competition, which did pretty well actually, so the people did watch the cameraman competition. Some of them episodes have hundreds of views on them, and they were always good. We also had like things like the holiday vlog, which again, that whole holiday vlog saga did cost money. Like, that cost me a few £100 to make that whole saga. But we made the money back, and that was very, very cool. Like, to think that we could do like a little saga of like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 holiday vlog videos where we go out and do really, really cool things. We had videos where I was like driving a car on the beach, we were exploring places, we were doing loads and loads of cool things, and that was completely self-funded by the channel. All the food for that trip was funded by the channel. When we went out and got ice creams, that was all funded by this series, and that is just something that is really, really cool to me, and was also like an interesting thing, because I could really go on and do this whole thing forever. I could make more and more vlogs, but I just thought this was a natural end to this series. Not to say that I won't ever do a long form series like this again, but I felt like I did need a break from this type of video, and the vlog style was fun, but I feel like I did need a bit of a break from it, and I'll properly explain the full reason why I ended this series in another video. That actually happens to be the next video. Next week's video will be that sort of thing. But yeah, it feels really, really good to say that, you know, we made this 7-year-long series, and we self-funded it, and possibly even made some more profit. But of course, all of that profit probably went into a lot of projects around the time. We had a lot of films around the time too. We had like Mirror Man, which is a big hit around the time. We also had The Decibels of Time, again another film that we did make pretty well. Budget was quite well on that as well, but as time's gone on, it's definitely more and more difficult to fund projects. Like the Playgroup projects were just vastly more expensive to produce. You know, as of recent, we've got series and things, future series as well, that are definitely going to be a lot more costly to produce. And yeah, it's not going to be the cheapest thing to produce. But I think also, like, I could just carry on making vlogs and stuff like that, and maybe even just like make more content to essentially fund that kind of content. But then again, I don't want to bombard you guys with a bunch of vlogs as well. I want to really evolve the content on this channel, and that's the aim, really, to evolve the content on this channel, to think more of this as, like, I really, really want to, at this point, grow the channel as much as possible. Just go out there with new content, bigger, bolder videos, just like a revolution of new content. And that is really, really what I want for this channel, and the future of this channel. I want this to be something that's a bit bigger, and maybe one day I'll bring back vlogs and scripted, long, blown out narrative content like this. But for now, I think it's done. I think it's done for now, and I mean, I don't know about the future, but I feel like this was the natural place to finish this series, the Devil Inside series, and finish it. But yeah, it's been a great 7 years, and I'll do a bit more on that in the next video, because obviously this mainly this whole video is about the financial side of things. But yeah, for this whole series, we broke even. And I'm very, very happy to say that. At least broke even. If not, we did help to fund some of the other projects on this channel, which I'm very, very happy to say happened. Obviously, I did put some of my own funding into videos as well. But yeah, I'm super happy to say that, because obviously this channel is quite a lot to fund, from the reviews to the films to videos in general. It's a lot, but I'm glad that this played a part in it, and that The Devil Inside turned out the way that it is, and some of the videos have done incredibly well, and I'm just very, very happy that that could happen, and that you guys have enjoyed this, and you guys have enjoyed the behind the scenes. Some of the behind the scenes videos are doing well, and that's something that I didn't really expect at all. Like, I didn't expect behind the scenes videos to be doing as well as they have done. So yeah, I just want to thank everybody for watching this series, who watched the behind the scenes, and I hope you guys enjoy what is coming for the end of this series. We've got one more behind the scenes video, and then we've got a retrospective video where we go over the entire series itself and just reflect over it. But them are to come in the upcoming weeks. But yeah, for now, that's the end of this video, so thanks for watching. Comment, like and subscribe as usual, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.